Hello, grade 2 students. In this lecture, we will be revising all the lessons or objectives we covered so far. So it's a revision lecture. Okay, let's start. We learned the differences between living and non-living things. Is phone a living or non-living thing? It's a non-living thing. Why? Because it cannot grow, it cannot breathe, it cannot eat, and so on. We learned the difference between clay and sandy soils, right? We know that clay is impermeable while sand is permeable. Permeable means that it allows water to pass through it easily. And we also know that sand has large particles while clay has tiny particles. We can feel the particles of the sand, but we can't feel the particles of the clay. I'm sure that you also know the difference between the three states of matter. But first, what is matter? Matter is anything that takes up space, including you. What are the three states of matter? We have solids, liquid, and gas. We know that solid is the state of matter that has definite shape and definite volume, right? We know that liquid has indefinite shape and it takes the shape of its container. And we also know that gas has indefinite volume and indefinite shape. It also takes the shape of its container. Let's move on and you will practice also, okay? What do you know about living things? We know that living things grow. We know that living things need food, right? And we also know that living things move and breathe. So don't forget, living things grow, need food, move and breathe. What we have to do here, we have to circle the living objects and cross out the non-living objects. Ready? First, we can see a bus. Is it a living or non-living thing? Can it grow? Can it eat? No, so we have to cross it out. Then we can see a cave made up of stone, right? Is it a living or non-living thing? Of course, it's a non-living thing. We can see a seahorse. It's a kind of fish, so it's an animal, right? Is it a living or non-living thing? It's a living thing, so we have to circle it. We can see a dragonfly. It's an animal, right? It can grow and eat. It can also move, right? So we have to circle it. We can see a plant. We all know that plants are living things because they need sunlight and water to grow. We can see a cell phone. Is it a living or non-living thing? Of course, it's a not living thing. We can see a bridge made up of stone. So it's a non-living thing. The moon. Can the moon grow alone? Can the moon eat? No, so it's a non-living thing. We can see a hamster or a mouse. It's an animal, right? So it's a living thing. It can grow and move. It can also breathe alone. Now we're going to learn the difference between sand and clay. We've learned this lesson before. This is a quick review about the sand and clay. We know that sand has large particles while clay has tiny particles. Sand is permeable while clay is impermeable. Water cannot pass through clay easily, but it can pass through sand easily. Sand feels gritty or like powder, while clay feels loose or loosey. Let's solve these two sentences together. Water passes through sand or clay easily. What do you know about the differences between sand and clay? Who can do it alone? So water passes through sand quickly. Yes, so we have to circle sand. Sentence number 2. Water passes through sand or clay slowly. Of course, clay. So water passes through clay slowly. What is matter? We all know that matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. We all know that air also is matter, right? Matter is described by its properties. What do I mean by this? We know its color, shape, size, and texture. Let's solve this practice together. Use your 5 senses to describe the properties of the apple. Can you see the green apple? Yes, I'm sure we can all see it. What's the color? The color is green. Texture. If you hold an apple, you can feel that the texture is soft. It's not bumpy. The shape, it's almost round, right? The size, it's a small apple. So this is how we describe the properties of matter. The 3 states of matter are solid, example books, then liquid, example water, and finally we have gas, example balloons, the air in the balloon. Now let's indicate the characteristics of solids, liquids, and gases. Ready? Yes, miss, we are all ready. We all know that solids have a definite shape and a definite volume. What do I mean by this? We cannot change the shape of solids. Solids does not take the shape of their container. Okay? Solids have a definite or fixed shape and volume. Liquids have a definite volume, do not have a definite shape. Liquids take the shape of their container. For example, if we have a cup of water, an empty cup of water, and we filled water inside the cup, we can see the water the same shape of the cup. This is how liquids take the shape of their containers. They look as the same as the shape that we filled the liquids in. Okay? While gases have no definite shape and no definite volume. Gases take the shape of the container. For example, if you got an empty balloon or an empty bag, as much air as we fill inside the balloon, it grows bigger and bigger. So gases take the shape of the container. Now we have to learn how to write the 3 states of matter, okay? We have to look at each object and write the correct state of matter. Number 1, what can you see? I can see a book. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? What do you think? If it's a solid, then you have to know how to write the word solid alone. If it's liquid, you have to know how to write the word liquid alone. And if it's gas, we have to know how to write the word gas. It's very easy. Book is a solid, right? So let's write the word solid together. Solid. Practice writing them at home, okay? Solid. So book is a solid. Number 2, we can see lake, the water. Is it solid or liquid? The water is liquid, so we have to know how to write the word liquid. Then we can see a tree. Is it gas, solid, or liquid? What do you think? Yes, it's solid. It has a definite shape and volume. The water in the cup. Is it liquid, gas, or solid? What do you think? Yes, yes, it's liquid. Number 5. We can also see water in a pot. Okay, so it's liquid, right? Yes, miss, it's liquid. Number 6, the air that comes out of the car. So can you see the arrow? They're pointing at the air that comes out of the car. What is the air that comes out of the car? It's gas. Number 7, lamp. Is it solid or liquid? What do you think? Yes, miss, it's a solid. Right, solid. The air inside the balloon. Is it liquid or solid or gas? Yes, it's gas. Matter. Matter is everywhere. Now, what do we have to do? We have to cut out the states below and paste them in their correct places, or you can just write them, okay? We can see a mug of hot chocolate, okay? We can see the vapor coming out of the hot chocolate. So the vapor is the solid, right? What do you think? Or the vapor is liquid? Of course no, the vapor is gas. Okay, the chocolate inside the mug. It's the liquid. And the mug that we can hold it and drink the yummy hot chocolate is the solid. And now, thank you for your attention, and I can't wait to meet you guys.